Welcome back to the Gin's Treasure. Today we're going to do something that maybe could apply to quite a few of you. If anyone has an Arrowhead at home, this one is a pretty cool one that I have that's kind of like a... There's definitely a mixed crystal in here. I mean, it's an obsidian Arrowhead, but there's definitely like, I think it might be actually like some silver or maybe some granite that gives it this shine. Maybe you're an expert in arrowheads and you can identify this and drop it in the comments if you know. But anyways, for those of you at home who have arrowheads and you're like, I wish I could wear it. Well, I'm gonna show you how to do a really simple wire wrap with two wires. These are 20 gauge wires that are about 6 inches in length. And I'm gonna show you how to twist up a very simple necklace pendant using the obsidian arrowhead. So with that, let's get into it. The first thing we're gonna do is pick up our wires, and we wanna estimate about what's the middle. So if I were to do a cross like that, and that's about the middle. Actually, what we want to do, aside from having it directly in the middle, is we're going to have it slightly off skew a little bit so that it's slightly longer on one side as opposed to the other side. And the intention is the middle would be right down the middle of that arrowhead. But what we're going to do is create the crosses so that they cross around this nook here and then the nook on the other side. So that's why when we pick up our two wires, we're gonna go for more or less the middle, but slightly off to the side. So you could see how this one, there's clearly that length is longer than this length. So with that, we'll give it two little twists, just enough to kind of anchor it in like that. And then we will slide our arrowhead in there, curve those up, and then the other side we're gonna cross those in the nook too, give it two little twists, and then bend those wires up. And then from there we can you actually have a little bit of a style opportunity to play with and create your own style, but I'll just keep it simple, and we're just gonna give them one twist up at the top there. And then the idea is whichever side, if you see these two are longer or if these two are longer, you're gonna go for the ones that are longer. And, or maybe they're both so perfect that they're about the same size, and that's fine too. Then you just pick one or the other. And you're just gonna create a little roller coaster loop. And then the other two wires are gonna wrap around that just like so, and then you're pretty much done. The next and final step is to just continue the spiral flow in which these wires go, or if you have too much length, you could even just clip it off. But you could see how I just twisted, so it almost looks like an S, right? So there's a curve there, and then a curve coming out and underneath and curving back up. And then if you want, you could use, if you have some flats, I call them flats, I forget the technical name for these specific needle nose pliers, but I call them flats because of the flat portion. And just kind of stamp that down so that any of those pokey tips, they get tucked in. And then finally, we're just gonna spin the other guys, the other two wire tips around, same idea. And then we pinch the tip of the pliers to the tip of the wire and then curl a hook. So if you look in there, you could see how that's the curled hook. And then the other pokey tip that's hanging out, we gotta kiss the tip of the pliers to the tip of the wire once again. Oop. So I'm gonna come at it from this angle. So you can see there's that tip, and then the tip of my pliers. They're just gonna pinch down on that and then curl it so that it curves in. And then finally get the other pliers and then just smash those tips so that they're tucked in under all that wrapped portion. And then voila, you have a very simple pendant